Hello everyone, this is A.G.R, and today I'm bringing you episode 5 of Black Ops 2 Scorestreak Analysis, a series where I break down the score streaks, explain their uses, and give them a rating on a scale of 1 to 5. In this episode, I'll be going over the A.G.R, the Stealth Chopper, and the Orbital VSAT. I'm really excited about this episode because 2 of these score streaks are favorites of mine, so let's get right to it. The A.G.R, or Autonomous Ground Robot, is the first score streak in this episode. This reward is much like the Assault Drone from Modern Warfare 3. It's a ground robot that you can control to kill enemies. However, unlike the Assault Drone, the A.G.R can function on its own if you don't feel like controlling it. To call in an A.G.R, a player is given a smoke grenade marker. It's exactly the same as when you call in a care package. Be sure to toss the smoke carefully though, somewhere the A.G.R has an unimpeded line to the ground, because if it happens to land on a rooftop or overhang, well then you just wasted a score streak. Once the A.G.R's package hits the ground, it breaks out and will automatically start patrolling the area. To take control of your A.G.R, find a safe spot and hold down the reload button. The right trigger fires the machine guns, and the left trigger fires the rockets. The A.G.R isn't an all-powerful killing machine, but it does reasonable damage and can down a player with a handful of shots or a single well-aimed rocket. This score streak is not fragile by any means, but there are a variety of ways in which it can be destroyed. If your enemies are trying to use small arms fire and explosives, their chances of succeeding aren't good, especially if you're remote controlling your A.G.R. It can take quite a bit of small arms fire and explosives to down one of these. I personally have shot an A.G.R twice with the FHJ-18AA launcher, and it didn't destroy it. However, if your opponents are using EMP grenades or Black Hat PDAs, then your A.G.R is vulnerable. 1 EMP grenade will stun the A.G.R for a short time, and 2 will outright destroy it. As for Black Hat PDAs, 1 hack will destroy the A.G.R. This is no easy task as it takes some time to do it, but it is possible. As for the rating, I did the A.G.R a bit differently than I do most score streaks. The first number for each category is the rating the A.G.R gets for acting on its own, and the second number is the A.G.R with someone controlling it. So cost versus reward, I gave the unmanned A.G.R a 2 and the controlled machine a 3. The reason for this is that the A.G.R on its own seems to be sluggish, easily avoidable, and quick to be destroyed. On the other hand, if you control the A.G.R, it is quick, responsive, and lethal. The unmanned version gets a 3 for usefulness, and the controlled version receives a 4. On its own, the A.G.R is mediocre at best for controlling an area, but controlling an A.G.R and working with your teammates to advance and push an enemy back is a worthwhile strategy. The overall rating for the unmanned A.G.R is a 2, and for the controlled machine is a 3. The A.G.R is fun to use every now and again, but the points required to receive it would be much better spent on a different score streak, like the one coming up next. Next up we have the Stealth Chopper. This is the bigger, meaner brother of the attack choppers that have been a staple Call of Duty kill streak from the very beginning. We've all felt the pain of calling in a helicopter and having it been immediately shot down in previous CODs, but the Stealth Chopper is a different beast entirely. First of all, the Stealth Chopper is, as its name suggests, stealthy. The chopper doesn't show up on the mini or regular map. This makes it wicked hard for the enemy teams to find, and that's not all the Stealth Chopper brings to the table. It also seems much more aggressive than its younger siblings, meaning even if the enemy team does locate it, they'll be dolphin diving for cover rather than shooting your Stealth Chopper down. This incarnation of chopper also takes more than 1 rocket to shoot down, as it has 1 set of flares. As for the rating, cost versus reward, I gave the Stealth Chopper a 5. It is a higher end score streak, but it'll almost always net you a bunch of kills. I believe the lowest number of kills a Stealth Chopper has earned me was 7. In this match, mine killed 9 people, and at 25 points a kill, that's 225 points just from my Stealth Chopper, which could have easily earned me an Orbital VSAT or escort drone had I been running them. For usefulness, the Stealth Chopper also earns a 5. This is a fire and forget score streak that leaves you free to continue fighting as your chopper racks up kills. Denying the enemy access to an area is a key part of most objective modes, and the stealth chopper excels at that task. My overall rating for the stealth chopper is a 5. This is an amazing score streak and definitely one of my favorites in Black Ops 2. Even with the availability of Blind Eye, which renders players invisible to the stealth chopper seems to do absolute work for the player who calls it in. I don't know if people just aren't using Blind Eye or what's going on, but the stealth chopper never seems to fail me. If you haven't ran it yet, I highly recommend trying it out. You will fall in love the first time you call one in. Last but not least, we have the Orbital VSAT. COD veterans know this reward as the Blackbird from the first Black Ops, or as the advanced UAV from Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 2 has tweaked this score streak, and it is without a doubt the most useful score streak in the game. The Orbital VSAT gives the team that calls one in flawless battlefield information, the location of each enemy player, and the direction they're facing. There's no way to hide from this score streak. Even players with Ghost are revealed by it. Nor is it possible to shoot down the Orbital VSAT because it operates from orbit. There are only two things that can save the enemy team: a counter UAV or an EMP. One of them could have a CUAV or an EMP in their pocket and ready to go, or if they happen to earn one while your VSAT is operational. The latter of those two options being highly unlikely. If you're a good player and plan on spamming the VSAT with some regularity, I would suggest using a build with hardwired. That way, even if the enemy team is smart and every one of them begins running counter UAV or EMP, your omniscience will not be spoiled. As for the rating, well, I'm not even going to do them by category. I gave the Orbital VSAT a 5 for every rating. Very surprising, right? This is the only score streak in Black Ops 2 that can turn a team of average players into gods of COD, laying waste to any enemy that dares provoke confrontation. Also, this score streak is the best choice if you want to propel yourself into the higher score streaks, such as K9 Unit or Swarm. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about these or any score streaks, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Episode 6 is coming soon, and in it I'm going to cover the escort drone, the EMP systems, and the Warthog. Thanks for watching, everyone. Later.